Hi guys, welcome back. Super excited to be filming today. I had a crazy long weekend. As you guys already know, I work for Tarte and we were at Fenty Beauty this weekend in New York City, which was so much fun, but now I'm exhausted. So if you notice that I sound a little bit weird or maybe like a little, my energy is like a little bit lower, that's because I'm exhausted. So if you want to see how I created this little shimmery, glossy look, then keep watching. It's been a while. She's sleepy. I just woke her up. I'm sorry. It's been a while. I know it's been a long time. Cleo's actually the biggest beauty girl. Like, she literally, every single time I get ready in the morning, every single day I get ready in the morning, she literally sits on my vanity or she lays across my vanity. So Cleo, you should start making tutorials. I know, I love you. Oh, thank you. Okay, so my skin is pretty much prepped. I put some maracuja oil on. I cleaned my skin. As you can see, I'm kind of healing from a breakout right now. My skin was just so out of control for like a good 2 to 3 weeks. Like, so bad that I was crying. Like, I just could not believe how bad my skin was. So it's actually looking really good right now. That's actually the main reason why I really haven't been filming videos. It's just because I just have been feeling really insecure. So I'm going to prime my skin with a little bit of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I have like a bunch of little guys. I have a friend that works for Smashbox, so she gave me a bunch of samples, which was really nice of her. I'm just gonna rub this in. Actually, I've been really, I don't know what my hair is gonna be. Oh my god. As I was saying, I was gonna say I actually really like this primer. I wasn't really liking it for a while, and then I just picked it up again and I was like, I kind of like that. I'm actually going to be trying out the new Tarte Clay Stick Foundation, and this shade is in medium sand. This is not really my shade right now, just because my fake tan kind of faded away and I haven't really redone it, but we'll just see what happens. Okay, so I'm actually gonna buff that out with the new Tarte Smoothie Blender brush. I've never used this either. So I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit more. Oh yeah, that did not conceal. I'm gonna take this little guy and I'm just gonna buff in. Recently my beauty blender has just like not been doing it for me. I don't know why. I don't know, maybe if it's because I need a new one or it's just, I don't know what it is, but it's just not doing it for me. So I've just kind of transitioned over to brushes and I've kind of been loving it. So I'm gonna take some of my Tarte Shape Tape, obviously, and I'm just gonna use light medium. I've never actually used this shade, but we'll see. I love a fresh Shape Tape. It's literally like butter. My old Shape Tape was running out and it just started getting super clumpy on me. And I was like, there's no way this is just like not working anymore. Like, this is like my go-to favorite concealer of all time and it's amazing. And it's just because every makeup product has a lifespan on it. So you really want to make sure that you are staying true to that lifespan. Especially if it's a cream product, because not all creams are gonna last forever. And I know a lot of people just kind of keep their cream makeup around for a really long time, whether that be a foundation or a concealer, and it's just sitting in their makeup bag forever. And please just throw it away. If it's like over a year old, just do yourself a favor and throw it away. I'm still getting used to this camera, so bear with me, please and thanks. And randomly it just said, oh, memory card full. Okay, true. So if I seem like I'm struggling, it's because I am. I'm just gonna go over my little spots again just to make sure they're good. I actually really like this foundation. I don't know how well it's gonna wear on my skin just because my skin's really oily, but we shall see. So next I'm gonna take my Coty Airspun powder, which is like my favorite setting translucent, is it translucent? No, it's kind of tinted powder ever. It just works so well on my skin. And I'm just gonna do a tiny bit underneath my eyes and on top of my eyes and a little bit on my chin. Cool. So taking my Park Avenue Princess bronzer in this Morphe M509 brush, I'm just going to okay, I'm going to dust, I really don't know why that happened. Okay, I'm going to dust this bronzer on. So now I'm going to take Park Avenue Princess, but the more shimmery version. That's the matte waterproof version. This is the shimmery one. And just go over lightly in the areas that I feel like I want to be a little bit more. Now I'm going to try this new Butter Blush by Physicians Formula in the shade Vintage Rouge. I've actually, you know what, I might have used some of the products like when I first got into makeup, like when I was like a young girl, and I just never used them again. So this is a drugstore blush. It's very pink. I think I picked up a little too much. Oh yeah, I definitely I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but it's like, it's pink. So all right, that's like really pink. How are we gonna fix this? So if you ever run into that problem and you just did what I did, take whatever you were using for your foundation and just kind of lightly tap it, especially if it's like more towards your nose, because again, you want to focus your blush right on the apples of your cheeks. I get that question a lot, especially when I'm working. A lot of people always ask me like, where do I put my blush? Because a lot of people just put the blush on their face, and that's why they don't wear the blush, because they feel there. I get a lot like, oh, it doesn't look right, like it never looks like it belongs on my face, and it's probably because you're putting it in the wrong place. Now I think I'm going to use some of, this is Everglow. This is the new, I guess it's not really new, but it's the Nikki Tutorials collab with Ofra highlighter. And I haven't tried this guy before either, so I'm excited. It's actually really pretty. I guess I'm just going to like do a little circle. Okay. And I'm using the Morphe M510. Oh, this is really nice. Oh, wow. Okay. Wasn't expecting that from here. We like this? We like this? Yes. So, I did want to incorporate some of, actually, did want to incorporate a little bit of my Fenty stuff that I picked up. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of Trophy Wife, and I've seen so many people apply this the wrong way. And when I say the wrong way is that people usually just dip right in with their highlighting brush and just go to town. And I feel like when you do it that way, you get that super golds line on your face, and it just kind of looks awkward, if that makes sense, because you don't want to highlight to not really blend in with the rest of your face. You don't want it to sit on top, because then it just kind of creates like that awkward line. So what I've been doing is I don't even touch a brush to this. I've never even put my brush on this. So I take a little bit with my finger. So right on, I guess you would say like the peak of my highlight, I just want to tap a little bit on, and you see how it kind of just added that extra glow. But if I put it all over, it would just be too intense. I think that's just so beautiful. I'm thoroughly obsessed. So I pretty much finished the face. I'm not really gonna set my face yet, so let's zoom in and let's work on the eyes. Let's put a little brow on first. So I'm gonna take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz as per usual. And I've been getting a lot of questions on how I've been doing my eyebrows, which is kind of why I wanted to film a full face tutorial. So I grew out my eyebrows. It took me a very long time, and I firmly believe that putting maracuja oil on my face every day has helped the growth of not only my eyebrows but my eyelashes as well. As you could see, I'm just kind of going in with strokes rather than going to town and filling the whole thing in. Reason being is because I kind of like to leave these hairs right here not filled in. I feel like it gives it more of a natural looking brow. And also when I take pictures, when the flash goes off, it just kind of makes the lashes look, not the lashes, the hairs look very separate. Which I really like, and to me I feel like that looks more natural than kind of going in with a pomade and filling the whole eyebrow in. Cool. So I'd probably just like leave it as that, and let's do the other guy. Big tip on filling in your eyebrows is that if you feel like they're not even, make sure you look upwards, and if you feel like the line looks pretty good, then your eyebrows most likely look pretty even. But if you feel like it's a little jumpy all over the place, then that's where you can kind of go in and execute on where you want to fill in more. Well, I'm just gonna leave it as that. I really don't like to fret too much on my brows or spend a crazy amount of time on them, because I feel like the more time I spend on them, the more they come out looking like how I don't want them to look. So now let's just go into a little bit of the eyeshadow. So I always just take my Tartelette in Bloom, and I always just use these first two shades, which are Charmer and Flower Child right here, and I always use these as my base shades. So I just kind of mix the two together, and I have this weird Wet n Wild brush that I love. I don't know, I think it was like $1, but for me it just kind of like does the job that I needed to do. And I just pack my inner corner and my brow bone and a little bit on my lid just to kind of give a really good transition shade. And as you can see, my lids kind of got a little creasy, which is normal because my lids are a little hooded. I'm going to be using the Androgyny palette by Jeffree Star. I am a fan of Jeffree. I know he's very controversial. My earring. So first I'm going to start off with Safe Word in this fluffy Morphe E23 brush, just because I want to make it a little bit more blown out. And I'm going to start from my outer corner, blending, and just kind of bring the excess to the inner corner of my eye. I'm going to dip in one more time and just kind of go in. I feel like with my eye shape especially, I don't ever really like to make it super precise. And I think that's something that people really need to kind of understand. I don't want to say accept, but I hear from a lot of different people that it's super hard for them to do eyeshadow. They don't know how to do it. It's super difficult for them, especially if they have hooded eyelids. And whenever someone tells me that, I always kind of guide them and just let them know that you can do like a messy eye look and it'll still look bomb. Like, it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be like that Instagram eyeshadow eye. So now I'm going in with my Morphe M511. I love this brush, and I'm just gonna go over to the shade Charm. It's like this orangey, yeah, it's just orangey, nothing else. And I'm just gonna put this guy in my crease and just bring it out a little to the inner corner. See, I love that. Like, normally I would just kind of leave my eyeshadow like that, but I think I'm just gonna go in a little bit more. So now I'm gonna take Fetish and a little bit of Dominatrix on my M332 brush, and I'm just gonna go into the crease a tiny bit, again starting from the outer corner. And if you ever feel like you put too much product there, you can kind of go to the other side and just put whatever is left on the brush and then just blend out on another brush instead of trying to make it work with what you put on there. Blend that out. So So taking that M511 brush, I'm just gonna kind of blend out. I'm gonna take a little bit of Deja Vu on just this flat top brush. Let's like not wet it first and see what it does. And I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of this in this center of my eye. That's actually super pretty. A tiny bit of setting spray. I'm using my Scandinavia spray. And just do a tiny bit of that. So for the inner corner, I wanted to go in with Trophy Wife and just kind of build that corner up with this gold shade. I'm just taking a smaller flat top brush and starting from the inner corner. I'm gonna go in and then bring it up my eye. Just kind of give it more of like an editorial vibe. So I'm just gonna take that Morphe M5332 with Safe Word first and just blend that out underneath my eye. My Morphe E17 brush with a tiny bit of Charm. So this is my Morphe E43 brush, which is like a tiny flat top brush. And I'm going to take Fetish, which is that red shade, and put it right on, I don't want to say my waterline, but like my lash line. And then I'm gonna take, I gotta find a smaller brush, Sigma Pencil E30 brush, and I'm actually just gonna leave it with nothing on it, and I'm gonna buff it out a tiny bit. I'm actually gonna pop some lashes on, and I'll be right back. So while I was waiting for my camera battery to charge, which died, I just put my eyelashes on, and then I took a little bit of, what shade did I use? Fetish from the Androgyny palette and put it on my waterline. And then for my lips, I took Dolce K from Kylie Cosmetics and lined my lips, and then a little bit in the center I actually put Exposed. So to put on top of that, I'm gonna do my Fenty Beauty gloss. This is just like the regular gloss bomb. I absolutely love this stuff. It is so, I don't want to say they're creamy, but it's like boom. Actually stays a really long time, which is very hard to find in a gloss. And also another thing that I wanted to say about the highlight, the 0 for 1, is that from the side it looks great, but I was noticing that when I was waiting, by the way, I'm just gonna set my eyebrows while I'm chatting, but I'm gonna be using the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel, and on top of that I'm gonna be using my Aiko Brow Gel. I literally use this stuff, or this combination, all the time. I was noticing that it looked a little brown from the front, and from this side it looked more glowy. And then I'm just gonna take my Scandinavia makeup spray. This is the bridal finishing spray, which I absolutely love. So I'm just gonna, and I think that's it. We finished. So I guess that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you, oh my, this earring, I'm done. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly, honestly appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed this look. Till next time.